Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, yesterday was some absolutely devastating news, not only for cruise ship employees, but people who want to cruise or see some kind of normalcy. Just an absolute disaster. Yesterday, Norwegian Cruise Line sent out a letter to all their employees saying that all non-essential employees are now being repatriated back to their home countries. They're going to be only running skeleton news. If you want to hear a video of a captain announcement, go over and check out Ship Life. There's also some really good articles from Cruise Industry News and Cruise Hive on the situation. But basically, it's just not a great sign for cruising in North America anytime soon. The ones who had just been repatriated back to the cruise ships from their home countries, they went through isolations, they went through testing, they got their visas and everything in order, and they were sent to the cruise ships in late 2020. With the presumption that we are now on track. You know what? The CDC has told us, here's the framework. You meet the framework for sailing and you'll be able to start sailing your cruise ships again. The cruise lines brought in all their employees, put thousands of employees back on their ships to get the test cruising done, to get their ships ready, spent millions of dollars doing this, and nothing's happened. Absolutely nothing's happened. Well, one of those cruise lines now, Norwegian Cruise Line, the third largest cruise line in the world, sent out a letter to all their employees saying that from now on, all non-essential employees on these ships are going to be sent back to their home countries. And they're going to be using some of their ships to do it. I've seen the Escape been mentioned, the Encore's been mentioned, and the Joy's been mentioned. Large cruise ships that can hold thousands of passengers, and they're going to fill them up with their employees and take them back into to the Asian countries or back towards India and into wherever they need to go to repatriate their employees. This is devastating news for a lot of their employees because they were excited that, hey, we're going to finally start making a living again. We're going to start, being able to send money to our families, and it's going for naught. And now what does this mean for everybody else? Well, if Norwegian's is thinking, yeah, it doesn't, if they're sending all their non-essential employees back home and only staffing the crew needed to maintain the ship in a safe, orderly manner with no passengers on board, how long will it take for them to restart and bring all their employees back and start again? Can they do a test sailing with only a skeleton crew on board? I don't think so. I don't think that's what the CDC has in mind, that's for sure. So yeah, it's like if we start to see them sending employees back home again to save money, because the longer and longer and longer this goes on, the more they bleed money every month, millions of dollars just heading out the door with no help in sight. No help in sight from any government official anywhere, whether it's governments or the CDC or whatever, the Food and Drug Administration. It just doesn't seem to be any support coming whatsoever for travel. And you have to take a look at the numbers. In the United States, near December, they hit 300,000 cases a day. It's down to 150,000 cases a day. So in less than 3 weeks, it's dropped 50%. In Canada, we hit 9,000 cases in I think it was January 4th. And now we're down to 4,000 cases on average per day. Again, lower than 50%. So if the trend is going this way in both Canada and the United States, how is it that we still haven't even heard a single whisper about even being able to start one cruise ship for a test cruising anywhere in North America. I think they've been told, and I think the cruise lines are starting to realize this. I mean, when would I book a Norwegian cruise right now? Well, if they're sending all of their passengers, their main crew home and only keeping essential workers and essential crew members there, you can count 60 days to do that all over again, 60 to 90 days. If these people aren't supposed to be home until March and April. By the time they send, put everybody on the ships and, transfer them back and forth, the ships rendezvous, and then head back and then repatriate everybody. March and April, so over a month. So if you figure they're doing this until the end of March at the earliest, then 60 days on top of that, April, May, you're not seeing another single cruise minimum June. Minimum June. And I'm predicting well past there, unfortunately. Just the way things are going. There is no good sign anywhere. We try and do a good spin. I'm the first one who would be on a cruise ship. If they say we can go tomorrow, I would be on the cruise ship. I would find a way to do it. So I'm their customer. I'm the guy who really wants to get on a cruise ship. But if you look at every single sign out there, no test cruising happening whatsoever, no help from the CDC. They have not, are you telling me that of the 60 cruise ships in North America currently right now, that not one cruise ship or one cruise line has passed any kind of scrutiny to make one test sailing yet? I have a feeling they absolutely have, and the CDC is just not dealing with it. We don't want to bother with it. We don't want to deal with it. We don't want anything to do with cruise ships right now. And that's been their motto all along. All along, since March of last year, since the first no sail order hit. That has been their MO, if you will. And so until I see any kind of goodwill towards the cruise ships, or even a hint that they're looking at anything, I will continue to say the CDC is the reason we do not have sailings right now. Because you still have international flights, you still have vacations, you still have people flying to Mexico and Greece and Europe and every place else, but you can't step foot on a cruise ship. Right? So yeah, I'm gonna bang that bell as long as they prove that they're not doing anything. And yeah, horrible news for those crew members who rely on this money to send money back to their families. And they just got rehired. They literally just got rehired and put back on the ships. They've gone through their training. They're just ready to go. And less than, 2 months later, they're told, yeah, sorry, it looks like this is a false start. It looks like nothing's happening, and we're going to have to send you all back home. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I do not blame Norwegian Cruise Line. Do not think that I'm blaming Norwegian Cruise Line at all. They have to cut costs. They have no choice. It's not like they want to fire everybody. They want to sail. They want to make money. They want to hire all these people. They just can't do it. And with no support, nothing coming from anywhere in the world, well, they got to do what they got to do, and I do not hold it against them whatsoever. What do you guys think? Is this the sign? Is this it for 2021? Does that mean we may not see cruising again for an entire year again? The way things are working, the way things are looking, I don't see a good sign anywhere. I really don't, and I want to. I'm looking every day for a good sign that things are going to start. And I just don't see it. Let me know what you guys think down. How do you feel about the employees being sent home? Do you blame the cruise lines? Do you blame the CDC? Or is it just this is the situation and we have to deal with it, kind of thing. It's the way of the world. Even though infections have gone down 50% in less than 2 weeks, Canada and the United States, and it's trending in that direction. And still no sign. Well, I hope you appreciate this update. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.